People often say the world is losing its kindness, but sometimes, in the smallest corner of an ordinary day, someone proves that humanity still lives. And this story reminds us that kindness still matters on a rainy Tuesday morning. Inside a busy downtown diner, 23-year-old Marina Cruz moved between tables with the kind of quiet grace most people never noticed. She was the type who apologized too much, smiled even when she was exhausted, and worked double shifts just to support her little brother back home. To the customers who barely looked at her name tag, she was just a waitress. But to Marina, kindness wasn't a job requirement. It was simply who she was. That morning the diner was buzzing. Suits, tourists, office workers, everyone in a rush, everyone impatient. Marina balanced plates, refilled coffees, and ignored the whispers from a group of co-workers who often laughed about her goody-goody nature. "She's too soft for this job," they'd say, always pretending to be some saint. But Marina didn't care. She believed that dignity belonged to everyone. Whether they ordered the cheapest breakfast on the menu or walked in wearing a three-piece suit, as the lunch crowd grew louder, the diner door opened, and an elderly woman stepped in, moving slowly as if every breath required effort. Her silver hair was damp from the rain, and her clothes were soaked. Most customers glanced at her, frowned, and looked away, afraid she might bring trouble or smell like the street. She took one step, then another, and suddenly her foot slipped on the wet floor. Plates clattered, chairs scraped. The old woman fell hard onto her knees, and the diner erupted, but not in concern. People laughed. Some shook their heads in annoyance, that a few even muttered, "Not again, these old folks shouldn't be out alone." Marina dropped everything she was holding. Without hesitation, she hurried toward the woman, kneeling down on the cold tile. She didn't care that people were staring. She didn't care that her manager shot her a look like she was wasting time. "Ma'am, are you all right?" Marina whispered softly. The old woman's hands were trembling, her eyes full of embarrassment. I didn't mean to cause trouble." "You didn't," Marina said firmly. "Let me help you." She took off her own apron, folded it, and placed it under the woman's knees to cushion them. Then she carefully helped her stand. A coworker snorted. Another filmed on their phone. Someone muttered, "Look at her playing hero again." But Marina ignored them all. Her heart knew better. She guided the old woman to a booth, brought her warm tea, and stayed by her side until she stopped shaking. She even wrapped her own jacket around her shoulders. "You're safe here," Marina said gently. "Take your time." The old woman stared at her, not with the eyes of someone weak, but with the eyes of someone who had seen life from heights most people couldn't imagine. Her smile was soft, grateful, almost proud. But the moment passed quickly when the diner door opened again. In strode Adrian Lockhart, one of the most feared, respected, and impossible-to-please billionaires in the city. Owner of half the high-rises visible from the diner's windows. He was here for a quiet lunch meeting, and someone had messed up his reservation. The staff panicked. They rushed around trying to impress him. Everyone except Marina, who was still beside the old woman. Adrian looked furious as he scanned the diner, until his eyes landed on Marina. And then, on the woman beside her. The room froze. A chair squeaked. A cup shattered. Adrian's face went pale. "Mother," he whispered. The diner gasped. The same old woman people mocked. The woman customers avoided. The woman co-workers laughed at. She was Elizabeth Lockhart, the billionaire's mother. A woman who had been quietly recovering from health complications and wasn't supposed to be out alone. She reached for her son's hand. "Adrian, this young lady helped me." She was the only one. The billionaire's eyes softened in a way no one had ever seen. He looked at Marina, really looked at her, noticing the kindness in her eyes. The jacket she had given his mother, the tea she held, the way she had ignored everyone else just to care. The entire diner fell silent, not out of respect, but out of shame. Adrian approached Marina. "Thank you," he said, voice unsteady. Billionaires weren't supposed to sound emotional, but he did. "Everyone else stood there, and you chose compassion." Marina shrugged softly. "It's what any decent person would do." "No," Adrian said firmly. "It's what a rare person would do." He reached into his coat, causing whispers to rise. People expecting him to pull out money or a business card or some flashy reward. Instead, he pulled out nothing.